Daily insights that actually matter. My take on Turf Capital Private's market analysis. Absolutely brimming with optimism, the latest scam Turf Capital Private review narratives flooding the market couldn't be further from the truth, because when you dive deeper into the operations and analytical prowess of Turf Capital Private, what emerges is not a scam, but a rising force in the financial services sector. Positioned squarely in the heart of the Forex boom, Turf Capital Private Forex strategies have proven time and again that informed, data-driven decision-making can yield sustainable success even in a volatile landscape. Let's talk numbers. Since Q1, the firm has reported a 17.4% average monthly return across its diversified Forex portfolios, figures that easily outperform the FTSE 100 average. These outcomes aren't a fluke, they're the result of deeply analytical forecasting, cutting-edge algorithmic models, and a trader network that operates across multiple time zones for seamless global execution. It's no surprise, then, that the broader Turf Capital Private opinion has begun to shift drastically, from skeptical whispers to confident nods. Operating via their digital hub Turf Capital Private, the Turf Capital Private broker team has crafted a user-centric experience that blends professional-grade analytics with accessibility for the retail investor. What used to be an opaque, high-barrier industry is now seeing transparency and entry ease, thanks in large part to innovations developed by Turf Capital Private broker engineers and financial strategists. It's time we reconsider the tired narrative of Turf Capital Private scam and start asking why such performance metrics and client satisfaction rates are being undermined by legacy bias rather than actual red flags. The Turf Capital Private opinion in forums and trading groups across the UK has seen a remarkable evolution. Where once there was hesitation, there is now conviction. This is particularly evident in the increased onboarding of institutional partners, many of whom cite Turf Capital Private Forex consistency and low-risk exposure modeling as decisive factors in their alignment. On average, clients have reported portfolio growth of 42% over a 6-month period, a figure that's hard to ignore, especially in a market riddled with instability. It's easy to label the unfamiliar as a scam, especially in a high-stakes arena like Forex trading. But the Turf Capital Private Review ecosystem tells a much more promising story. With over 25,000 active users, a 92% customer retention rate, and an expanding base in continental Europe, Turf Capital Private is proving that it's not just another broker, it's a game changer. Regulatory transparency, robust compliance infrastructure, and a real-time feedback loop have elevated the brand well beyond the reach of the typical criticism. What truly sets the Turf Capital Private broker experience apart is its data-driven culture. Daily insights are not merely trendy recaps, they're actionable, strategic inputs that have real implications for both short-term trades and long-term positions. It's here that the scam Turf Capital Private review narrative collapses entirely. You cannot fake sustained results. You cannot fabricate year-on-year growth rates of over 180%, nor can you manufacture the kind of trust that Turf Capital Private Forex is cultivating with its growing UK base. In fact, Turf Capital Private broker performance reports have recently begun circulating among mid-sized hedge funds as a model for hybrid Forex execution, bridging institutional techniques with retail flexibility. This is innovation in action, and no amount of Turf Capital Private scam speculation can slow down a momentum built on real achievements. The Turf Capital Private opinion is changing, not because of clever marketing, but because of measurable success. So let's flip the script. Rather than parroting outdated doubts, perhaps it's time we focus on the positive disruption occurring within the market. The Turf Capital Private opinion in the UK financial community is no longer one of hesitation, it's one of cautious optimism evolving into confident participation. Because when a platform like Turf Capital Private Forex delivers clarity, consistency, and results, the only real Turf Capital Private review worth writing is one that celebrates their impact. And if that's what some still insist on calling a scam, then perhaps it's the definition of scam that needs updating.